Okay, so now we've done our single crochet swatch. I'll put a link to that video underneath in case you missed that one. You want to look at single. We're going to look at double crochet. Firstly, we're going to make a slip knot with our yarn. If you're in the UK, this is referred to as a treble. I know it can be confusing when you're starting. I tend to use US terms. So I'm just going to chain, try and keep it loose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to make an initial chain of 10. Then these here are the back lumps that we're going to work into. What I'm going to do first is chain another 3, which some people count as a stitch. I tend not to. I actually generally tend to just chain 2 at the end of the row when I'm working in double crochet, but I don't count that as a stitch. But for here I want to create a bit of space, so I've created an extra 3. So then we're going to yarn over, so that's yarn from back to front of the hook, and then we're going to work into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to work into this little back loop here. So we're going to just insert the hook underneath there, and we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So we've got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through 2. And that is our first double crochet, and you can see where you've got the chain 3, so you can see why people like to use that as a stitch. It's just a little bit thinner and tighter. So we're going to repeat that. So yarn over, back to front, insert into that next little hump there, and see the worker down the middle, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2. So that's the second one made. So we're just going to carry on in that same way across the row. I actually find working into chains, especially with splitty cotton, working into chains is probably the hardest thing about crocheting. For me, it's just quite fiddly. So if you can do this, you can do anything. Okay, so that's our first row of double crochet. That's the hardest bit done. All we're going to do now is keep going. So I'm actually going to chain 2 this time, which is what I normally do at the end of the row, and turn it. And then this here is my first stitch. Like I say, some people like to count this, they chain 3 and they count that as a stitch. It's just my preference that I don't. There isn't a right or wrong. You can see here, these are all the top of the stitches, these little V's, and we're going to work underneath those 2. So yarn over, insert the hooks, that's going under those 2 V's, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two left on the hook, yarn over, that's the third, pull through two. Let's do that one more time. Yarn over, insert under those V's, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. So you go 3, 2, 1. So we're just going to carry on across the swatch with that. I'm working quite loosely here just because it's easier to demonstrate, but you can see that these double crochets pretty much twice as tall as the single crochets. So if I look at my single crochet swatch, you can kind of see that's one little row, whereas this is one row. There's quite a lot more space. This is a lot denser. So you soon start to learn the difference in the different stitches. So I'm just going to carry on now and finish this swatch. Okay, so there's my swatch. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows there. And eagle-eyed among you will notice that actually here I chained an extra double crochet into the starting chain. This is why crocheters are always counting. So it's an 11 by 6 swatch, so it's a bit wider. You can see that the stitches almost do a little kind of zigzag because of the way you kind of lean when you're going